Back again. Today we are doing the Shaded Woods. I keep calling it Shaded Woods. It's gonna be actually Shaded Ruins, technically speaking, because Shaded Woods is just the sort of the transitory area to Shaded Ruins, which is the actual name of the area we're going through today. But before we do that, we have to get to this part. I don't know what this building is called or what its purpose is, but yeah, you want to make some noise here, as I've just done inadvertently, admittedly, but I have made some noise, and that will cause those guys from up top to break their doors and come attack me. And you want to do that, either roll through those barrels and somehow explode them, or throw an alluring skull down or something. Do something to make these guys come out, because otherwise you will get overwhelmed by them. And the reason I say that is because when you open this gate that I'm about to open now, after I finally kill this guy, thank you, you'll see. So we closed, well, we'll heal, of course. And then when we open this gate, yes, thank you, the gate we came through will close, will trap us in, as you can see. And then the other gate opens, and there's gonna be a basilisk behind it. And at the same time, those doors that the guys broke will open as well. So you're gonna have all those guys plus a basilisk trying to petrify you. So yeah, it doesn't sound that bad, but under pressure it is bad. It just is. So yeah, you want to avoid that by dealing with those guys first and then opening the gate. But anyway, once we're past that, we got a bonfire, which is very nice, very helpful, very useless actually, because you don't use that bonfire ever again. You just light it to light it. And we also get an Estus Flask shard, which is actually nice, and it's something we're actually going to use. And now we do this very difficult jump. It's harder than it looks, but anyway, I did it first try, and we go through these doors to kill these guys. There's no actual reason to do this, I'm pretty sure, because these guys don't follow you. The doors don't magically open like they did in the previous room, but I still do it every time for some reason. I don't know why. There is actually an item in the fourth and final room, fourth and final door, but yeah, you don't have to do it for the other three. This is a very weird, and Dark Souls 2 does do this every once in a while. They just throw a random enemy in a place where no other enemies like that exist. I don't know what's up with that, but it's weird, and it's quirky, I guess. I would call that quirky. It makes you go, huh, what's up with that? Which I appreciate. But yeah, these are technically the Shaded Woods, which, yeah, it's just a wood that is shaded, very very descriptive. And this is clearly an ambush, but we managed to go through it. And as you can see, even though I was backstabbing that guy, I still got hit, and while I didn't take any damage, it did do some status effect build-up. So yeah, Dark Souls 2 is very stingy with its iframes. You don't want to rely on them necessarily. But yeah, you have these guys which are very annoying. I don't know what they're actually called, but they're very creepy looking, with those fucking sacks between their legs. I don't want to call them ball sacks, but they are sacks, and they are there, so, you know, do with that information what you will. But yeah, they're very annoying with those fucking rocks that they keep throwing. I decide to poise through it and just be done with it. This was a very messy way of dealing with these guys. I don't know why I was always just slightly out of range, just slightly unable to, or just unable to reach them and kill them finally, but I did manage to do it. And we get a Pharos Lockstone, which becomes increasingly useless as the game progresses, but you know, you always want to have some on you. So yeah, this I deal with much more professionally or skillfully, I want to say. So I'm not really ashamed to show this. That's very good, and it was worth it because we get a Soul of a Proud Knight and a human effigy, so definitely worthwhile killing those guys for those items. And here we are at the crossroads. This is what the Shaded Woods is all about. It's this crossroads, as I mentioned in the previous episode, where one path goes to the Shrine of Winter, which opens after we kill the 4 Great Ones. The other path goes to the Aldea's Keep, and this misty or foggy path goes to the Shaded Ruins, which is the area we go through today. And yeah, obviously this is a very unnerving area to go through because you can't see anything. They also push the camera closer to your character, so it feels more restrained, especially with all these trees around. It's very claustrophobic in that way. And there are also these enemies. I don't know how this is gonna look like on YouTube, but there are these enemies around that you can't lock onto them, but you can barely see them through the fog because they are a slightly different texture than the fog, so you can actually see them. But it's very annoying that you can't lock onto them, and especially with the rapier, which doesn't have the greatest tracking. But yeah, there are ways to deal with those invisible enemies, or transparent enemies, I should call them. There are these big trees around that if you hit, they will make a noise, and the guys will be attracted to that noise, so you can sort of take advantage of that and hit the tree and then run away to someplace else. But yeah, we get the Chloranthir Ring +1, which will increase our stamina regeneration speed once we equip it, of course, which we will do that momentarily after we light the bonfire. So yeah, welcome to the Shaded Ruins. This is actually the area we're gonna go through today. It's the 3rd fucking time I say that in like 10 minutes, but I want to get the point across. Anyway, this is the Chloranthir Ring +1. It doesn't actually quantify the stamina regeneration, so yeah, we can't see how much it increases it by. But yeah, we also equipped the old Leo Ring, which last time I said it increases the damage of thrust attacks or something like that. It doesn't. It simply increases the counter damage done with thrusting weapons. So it's a very specific thing, but it is specific to the rapier and other thrusting weapons, and it's it benefits us, and we're certainly gonna take advantage of it for as long as we're gonna use the rapier, and this will allow us to do some pretty good damage with counter damage. But yeah, we have this other guy here. I deal with him much more expertly this time. Very good. And we come here to talk to the head of Vengarl. The head of Vengarl is the head of an NPC called Vengarl, of course, evidently. And we talk to him, and he sells some stuff that doesn't matter. But if you exhaust his dialogue, he gives you his helmet, and which is a very good helmet. And if you also kill his body, which is roaming around the Shaded Ruins, you also get the rest of his armor set, which is a very good armor set. But we're not going to do that today. We're not going to kill his body today because it requires a fragrant branch of yore, and we're kind of strapped for we're kind of tight on fragrant branches of yore. At this moment in time, I do not have a fragrant branch of yore, but I will get one, and I do need one to get the Fang Key. I decide to forego my 426 souls and just use the dark sign to teleport back to the bonfire. The dark sign, if you don't know, is just an infinite Homer bone, but it causes you to lose all your souls when you use it. And I suppose they introduced this, or I should say introduced this, they put this in the game to prevent soft locks or something like that. If you get stuck somewhere and you don't have a Homer bone or any enemies around to sort of kill you, you can use the dark sign to get yourself out of trouble. I've never had to do that. I always use it as a sort of Homer bone, infinite Homer bone, when I don't have many souls, or when I have souls that I'm willing to sacrifice. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, this is a very weird area because there's not that many enemies in here, and the enemies that are here are sort of either they're passive, right? There's no one comes at you in this area, not really, unless you come at them first. So yeah, it's a weird vibe in here, but a welcome one for sure, a welcome one compared to other areas that spring to mind. But yeah, we get a very nice backstab on this guy, very nice, but unfortunately it does less than half his health, so maybe that's something I should consider. We need to find a way to increase our damage, because we're already at 40 dex, so that's the soft cap for dexterity. We're not gonna get any more damage from scaling. So yeah, we need to find our way. We need to find a way to upgrade our weapon, and I believe we do get some chunks. Maybe we do have some chunks already, and we get some chunks in this one. So maybe next time I will be able, or the next time I play, I should say, I will be able to get the rapier to the next level, or to more levels. Who knows? But yeah, another staple of this area are these curse spots, which sort of laugh at you and curse you when you are nearby. You know, they're easy to deal with in the sense that, yeah, you just roll through them and smash them, but sometimes that's not that easy, because they put them in tough to reach or hard to reach places, and they can curse you. Thankfully, cursing or getting cursed is not that big of a deal in Dark Souls 2. Surprisingly, in such an unforgiving game, curse is actually pretty okay. You just sort of lose health as if you died, but you don't actually die, and so you just lose more and more health. I don't know if there's a limit on it. I suppose there is, but yeah, it's really forgiving. Another staple or feature, or I should say staple of this area, are these guys. Ghostly guys that you can't lock on, annoyingly, and they're very annoying to deal with when you have a weapon with bad tracking, but yeah, there you go, a Titanite chunk and a petrified dragon bone, very good. We're gonna make use of both of those things, the Titanite chunk to upgrade our current weapon, and the petrified dragon bone to upgrade our future weapon, which I don't think I told you what the future weapon will be. Did I? Well, if I did, then you know, and if I didn't, then I'll tell you when I'm ready to get it. There you go. So either the suspense is kept or it is not. There are two possibilities. Anyway, what's this item? Oh yeah, I was very happy when I got this item, because yeah, we got 3 torches, which equate to 15 minutes of torch usage, which is very good, because I was under half an hour of torch time, so yeah, I was getting quite worried about it, but now we are at a more reasonable time on our torch usage, so yeah, very happy that I found that item. We're definitely gonna use the hell out of our torch. This is not a problem I normally have in Dark Souls 2, because I don't go around lighting all the lights, all the sconces in the game usually, but this time it's an aim of mine for some reason. I don't know why, but it's cool, because it's usually at the very least it's helpful to light all the sconces in an area, and more often than not it something happens. But yeah, watch me be unable to kill that crystal lizard. As you saw, it's very difficult to hit the crystal lizard with the rapier, because the rapier doesn't really attack downwards that well, so yeah, I had to do a jump attack, but that's not easy to do under pressure, so yeah. Anyway, this is Manscorpion Tark, and this is where we use the Ring of Whispers that we bought 5 years ago or whatever, and we talked to him, and then we finished talking to him, and he basically tells us that we need to kill his wife because of reasons. I don't fucking care why, but yeah, he asked us to kill his wife, and so we will kill his wife, because his wife happens to be the boss of the area, so we were gonna do that anyway. But yeah, the reason we did all that, and I mentioned this in the past, is because once we do that, he will reward us with a fragrant branch of yore, which we do need for this area. So yeah. Anyway, we keep going. I could have gone to Majula and leveled up, but I decided against it because, again, this is a very chill area in a way. It's, everyone's laid back here. No one fucking attacks you. No one comes at you. You have this guy here. He's just in his corner. If you don't go there, he's never gonna fucking see you. He's never gonna attack you. He's never gonna bother you. So yeah, pretty safe area to go through with a lot of souls. So yeah, this is why I decided to not go to Majula. This is a golden variant of these lion warriors. I don't know what the difference is apart from the color. I suppose this guy has more health, I guess, but that's it. And probably he does more damage, but I have not experienced that in a long time. Humble brag alert. Anyway, there is one more guy to kill. These guys have a lot of poise, so you don't want to trade with them because you're gonna lose that trade. They are gonna damage you and they're gonna take like half your health or more. So yeah, you want to, but they are very slow, so yeah, it's not the end of the world. Anyway, we have a couple of more guys to kill, a couple of these ghostly guys to kill, which is very fucking frustrating to deal with them, but yeah. There is an item in one of the DLCs called the Eye of the Priestess, which does allow you to see invisible enemies and does allow you to lock onto them. I don't know if it applies to these guys specifically, but it does apply to the guys in the Foggy area. Although I don't see why it wouldn't apply to these guys, because it's the same enemy. So yeah, looking forward to getting that item. Although, to be frank, by the time you get that item, you are way past the fucking shaded ruins or the shaded woods. So yeah, here you can sort of trigger that trap without actually falling in, which also destroys the curse spot, which is something I like to do. But we will go down there, don't worry, we will go down there, but on our own terms. We're not gonna let some cheap trap get the better of us. We will go there when we decide to do so. Anyway, I struggle with this guy for some reason. Do I? Yes, I do. I don't know why, but yeah, it took a long time to kill him. Certainly longer than I wished. But yeah, this is gonna be very interesting when we get to the next area. Interesting to point out, but as you can see, there are a lot of petrified statues, or I should say just statues around. A lot of petrified enemies around, which require fragrant branches of yore to unpetrify. And the next area, which is the Doors of Pharaohs, is full of Pharaoh's contraptions. So yeah, in this area you need a lot of fragrant branches of yore, and then in the next area you need a lot of Pharaoh's lockstones. I say need. It's just if you want to get the stuff behind the locked mechanism, but there's nothing really special there. There's some situational stuff if you must, or specific stuff to certain builds and whatever, but nothing crazy, nothing particularly useful. So yeah, that guy, I don't remember what his name is, Dark Walker something. I don't know if Dark Walker is even his name, but anyway, you want to talk to him. You want to talk to him when you see him, because when you meet him in 3 locations, and the third time you meet him, he will open a portal to a boss who is called Dark Lurker. So yeah, if you don't talk to him in order of progression, I suppose, and you forget about him, it will be inconvenient to fight that boss, because if you meet him here, for example, the third time, you saw how inconvenient it is to get there. You have to go through the entire area pretty much to talk to him. So yeah, that's not productive when you want to fight the boss. But anyway, we summon the Manscorpion. I don't think you have to necessarily, but as I mentioned, I was in dire need of a fragrant branch of yours, so I did not want to risk the quest. So I summoned him anyway. And yeah, this is the boss. It's this tiny little thing. No, just kidding. She just goes underground and then comes out, and she's a woman scorpion. Oh, a scorpioness. Sorry, the man is called the Manscorpion, but the female is just called a Scorpioness, which is fine, I guess. And they are very much distracted by each other, so I can just sort of just hit her as I please, essentially. She only attacks me once, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, not a difficult boss fight. Anyway, I don't think I've ever died to this boss fight. It's very, very trivial, which is, you know, I don't mind it. I don't. It's not something that that bothers me because I like melting bosses. So yeah, victory achieved. Very good, very good. And we get 17,250 souls, which is very specific amount of souls. And we go to the Doors of Pharaohs. Although I don't show that because yeah, you're gonna see that in the next episode. I'm not gonna give you even a teaser. Anyway, we level up. What do I level up? I think I pump it all into vigor. Yes. 20 vigor, and I also start excuse me, I also start leveling up attunement, because eventually we're gonna need 2 attunement slots, and yeah, we, you know, might as well pump the residual levels into some of these stats that we're not using right at this moment. So yeah, what's next? Let's find out together, because I forgot. I suppose, oh yeah, I suppose we're going back to the Manscorpion Tark to get our reward. Excuse me while I take a swig of some alcoholic beverage. Ah, very good. It's 6 p.m. when I'm recording this, so it's fine. It's not. It's no longer 11 a.m. as it was in the previous episode. But yeah, we get invaded by Dark Spirit Forlorn. This guy, or I should say this woman, because it's been confirmed somehow that the Forlorn invaders are all women. These are just random invasions that you get. I don't know what. I believe something triggers them. Maybe killing that woman in the Heights Tower of Flame, maybe that triggers the Forlorn invasions. I don't remember actually. But something triggers them. I mean, I believe they also happen randomly, but you can also do something to trigger them for the rest of the playthrough, I believe. Or maybe it's just total nonsense. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, they are just random invaders, and they have different weapons at different times. They sometimes have great swords. They sometimes have scythes. And that's about it. I don't think they have other weapons. I certainly don't recall them having other weapons. So yeah. But yeah, you can also get their set, which is a really cool armor set actually. But it is reliant on them actually invading you. So yeah, it's very luck based, which I'm not a fan of. So. I don't usually go for their set, as if, right, you can only hope that they invade you, and you get that set that way, so it's not something active that I could be doing anyway. Right, so we talked to this guy, and he thanks us with the fragrant branch of yore. Very good, very good. And then I do this gesture, which is meaningless in the context, but anyway. And then I decide to kill him, because I got what I wanted from him, and then I'm gonna get some more stuff that I want from him, namely souls, and then he also drops a very good ring. But as you can see, he also drops some serious fucking damage on my health bar, so yeah, definitely something to consider, but he's dead. Very good, very good. And he drops the second dragon ring, which we will equip momentarily, I believe, yes. Instead of the Ring of Whispers, of course, and it increases HP, stamina, and maximum load. Very good. There is also the first dragon ring, and then the third dragon ring. I don't know if there's a fourth dragon ring. I'm not sure. But yeah, the thing about these rings, the bigger the number, the bigger the bonuses. So the third dragon ring is better than the second dragon ring, which is better than the first dragon ring. But they are very fragile rings, so yeah, they lose durability very quickly. They don't have a lot of durability to begin with, actually, but yeah, there are certain areas in the game where that is a problem. And we'll see such an area actually in this episode, because that pit where we are headed to, I believe. Yes. Yeah, that yellow stuff that you can see, that drains the durability, that breaks your shit. So yeah. And there are also the explodey guys that we saw in the Lost Bastille. Those guys also deplete your durability, which is fun, of course. So yeah, it is possible to break that ring, which again, not a big deal, because you can go back and fix it for like 3,000, 4,000 souls or something like that. But it's something to keep in mind, you know, definitely something to consider. Alright, so now I believe we are going to unlock the key to Ornifex, which is what the Fang Key is for. There is a door in that pit of despair right there, which, yeah, there's a door there which has an NPC behind it, and the NPC is called Ornifex, and she is a blacksmith that produces boss weapons, which is very good, and we will make use of her services once we get the boss soul that we are looking for. But it's gonna be a while until that. I'm not rushing it, because the weapon that I'm gonna get has a lot of stat requirements, and it also has a lot of stat investment to be good. So yeah, I don't. There is no rush, because even if I get it now, and I'm speaking from experience, that if I get it early, I'm not gonna be able to use it very effectively, and it's gonna make me do a very compromised sort of glass cannon build, which is not very compatible with the weapon itself. I know I'm being quite mysterious about the weapon, but you know, I could tell you, but I won't. You know, unless I've already told you again. So yeah, there's that. But yeah, again, you want to avoid the yellow shit, because it breaks your stuff, and you also want to take your time here, because there's like 4 or 5 basilisks in this particular area, and you don't want to mess around with them, especially with such a single target focused weapon such as a rapier. But anyway, at some point you gotta go in and get fucking pancaked by this guy, and then kill them. Very good, very good. So there are, I guess, 4 basilisks in this area, which is alright, fair enough. Fair enough, certainly more than I'm happy with. And here we go, we use the Fang Key and open the door. And we first get the fragrant branch of your back, which is very, very nice of them to do that. You use a fragrant branch of your, but you also get one back, so that's very good. And we obviously also talk to Ornifex to make her move to her shop in Brightstone Cove, Seldora, which is the area we are headed to. Of course, we first have to go through the doors of Pharaohs in order to get there, but that's gonna be something for next time, of course. Here we're just going back to Majula to maybe level up, or maybe I do something else. I don't even know. Let's see. Let's find out together what I do. I don't have any souls, so... But I do have just enough for one level up, so I suppose might as well use it. What are we gonna use it on? I suppose attunement? I seem to recall. Yes. Good. Alright. 7 attunement. I think we need 10 for one attunement slot. I don't know. But yeah, we also upgraded the Estus Shard. The Estus Flask, I should say, using an Estus Shard. And do I also burn the Sublime Bone Dust, perhaps? Let's wait in silence. Yes, I do. Very good. Very good. Let me get another swig before I do the outro. very good. Alright, and now we travel to the Doors of Pharaohs, which I didn't show you the bonfire, but I'm showing it now, apparently, so that was a pointless cut, but there you go. It did happen, so yeah. That's it. We are at the Doors of Pharaohs, and this is what we're gonna do in the next episode, but that's gonna be next time, of course. Have a good one.